my friends, how are you doing? I'm Kim, Abundant Life Tarot. Hope all is well. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to do a quick video highlighting some of the tools that I use for predicting or tapping into what is the timing elements surrounding the situation. Not all readers are called to predict timing or take on that element in their reading. Like, for example, when a man is going to come into your life, when will he call you back? Some of us are just like, you know what, that's not my thing. I'm not going to go down that road, and it's completely okay. And that does not mean that you are any less of a reader than someone who decides to take on timing elements in their reading. I'm personally someone who does like to explore and play with timing in my readings. Whether I'm doing readings for clients or whether I'm doing mystery mystic readings, I do like to explore what is timing like based on the current energies surrounding the situation, surrounding the people involved. The thing that I need to make sure that you all understand about predicting timing is that you can predict timing, but there always is this caveat that when you are doing a snapshot, when you are looking at the energies surrounding a situation or relationship, everything can be in flux sometimes. So sometimes you're not going to get clear answers. That's because everything is kind of in flux at the moment. You're not going to be able to nail down timing. Also, there is something called free will, where if you're talking about people and you're trying to predict things related to people, people can change course. Now, if they stay on the current course, their current path, and you're doing a reading and you're tapping into that, you will be able to pick up timing pretty accurately. However, if people are kind of moving and shaking and making different decisions, what you predict today could change tomorrow. I always like to say that what tarot readers, psychics, mediums, what we're doing is we're doing energetic forecasting. So just like the weather, it's not an exact science. So don't sit up here and feel like you have to be 100% accurate all the time. Trust and believe the meteorologists, especially in the Caribbean, they're not accurate at all. Like, I'll look at the forecast on my phone and be like, okay, it says it's rain in the forecast in my little town. There ain't not a raindrop in sight. Likewise, the opposite, there's rain. Sometimes they're able to pick up accurately and sometimes they're not. Some things, like in California, it's more easier because it's more static. It's the climate is more stable. So the meteorologists there, when they're doing forecasts, it's a more stable energy, so they're able to have a more accurate prediction. But those who are doing predictions for weather in the Caribbean, for example, is quite volatile. So it's different. Same thing with doing readings. So just bear that in mind when you are working on predicting timing, okay? So I just have to say that. And don't be shy in sharing that with your querents or the people who are seeking readings from you. Or if you're watching this and you're like one of Kim's clients, or you're someone who gets readings, understand that things can change. You could get a reading and something is revealed to you and you're not quite like feeling what's revealed. So you decide to make a different choice. You decide to go a different path. That could cause different ripple effects, going forward. Same thing with the person if you're asking for a love reading, and in the love reading you're asking, when may so-and-so and I reconcile? When may so-and-so call me? That other person is also, they embody free will, right? So everybody's got free will. But if nothing changes and they're on their current path, they're not making any decision changes, or they're not going a different course and you're not going different courses, then that we can look at the timing. So don't hang your hat 100% on what a psychic or a tarot reader is saying about timing, because it can change. On the other hand, it is quite amazing how we can pick up on things related to timing. And I just don't shy away from it. I give it a go, understanding the nature of what we're dealing with here as energetic forecasters. So I decided to do a video to showcase to you what I'm using in terms of tapping into predicting timing. And I've got a few things here. And this is my 2023 edition. Hit me up in 2025, it might be a little different. But the number one tool that I use for predicting timing is here. In my spirit, my heart space, and in my mind, my intuition, what I'm downloading. Number one tool. But then I also have some cool little tools at my disposal as well that I want to share with you today. Some of which I'm excited to say, hey, you know what? I might even make this available for you all to be able to get because, for example, my This Time Oracle deck that I just made, which is spot on. And there will be recommendations to other decks that I have in my little disposal to recommend to you. I'll be touching on my divinatory dice that I've been using for years now. So just stay tuned, settle in. I promise to keep this as brief as possible. If you want me to expound more on a particular timing tool, let me know in the comments section down below, and I will consider doing that. Also, I've been kicking around doing a quick little course for those who are interested in playing more around with timing and their reading deliveries, okay? So just keep me posted. Now what we're gonna do is switch camera angles so I can just show you on my table what I use for my timing tools. All right, let's get started. So aside from my intuition, which is the main thing for predicting timing and whatnot, I use tarot, all right? And if I use Oracle, what I look for in Oracle, if it's like a scene and it's like showing kind of a wintry scene in that card, that Oracle card, for example, I would say, okay, this might happen during the winter months of, December, January, February, going into March. However, with tarot, I have a system. For example, the majors all, for me, have an assigned date range. We have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant represents the timing of April 21st to May 20th for me, okay? The Suit of Wands represents the timing of weeks and the season of spring. So let's say that we get the Five of Wands and somebody is asking, when would this conflict or when will this situation that I'm dealing with get better? I could say either in the season of mid-spring or the timing of 5 weeks. If it's in reverse, I say not before 5 weeks or not before mid-springtime. Okay, that's what I'm talking about here. Wands, again, springtime. Kings is for me associated with the number 14, so it could be as far as 14 weeks, okay? Within or at or about 14 weeks. And with timing, I do look at timing going from today, either timing backwards, 14 weeks back or 14 weeks going ahead, okay? Okay? We got a lot of wands here. The Fool for me, for example, is associated with the time period of January 21st to February 20th, season of like Aquarius, as is the Star. The Chariot, June 21st to July 20th. So my majors have time periods as well as my minors. Swords for me represents the timing of months. The season of winter. Aces are tied to the number 1. So I would say Ace of Swords, 1 month, for example. 2 of Swords, 2 months. Or early, this Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords would be early winter. Okay. Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles here. 8 of Pentacles for me would be 8 years, could be potentially 8 years. The timing for me associated with Pentacles, it is the slowest moving energy, and it would be years, the timing of years. It's also the season of autumn, okay? My suits are assigned to both a season and years, so it could be upwards of 8 years for something to manifest. Let's see, here's the Star, January 21st to February 20th. 5 of Swords, 5 months or midwinter. Let me see what else I want to show you. Three of Pentacles, early autumn or within 3 years. Strength, representing the time period of Leo, July 21st to August 20th. King of Pentacles, upwards to 14 years or the season of late autumn. Okay. Three of Cups. Cups represents the season of summer for me and the timing of days. It is the fastest moving energy for me in the tarot. And so I would say Three of Cups could represent 3 days, or it could represent early summer. So if you said, oh, we had a great date, me and this guy, do you know when he might call me again for another one? And this card comes up, I'm like, oh, he had a great time too. And we're looking at about 3 days. And since we're approaching early summer, it could, there could be some more celebratory times coming up for the both of you in early summer. 8 of Swords, 8 months. We're starting to get towards mid to late winter. 4 of Wands, 4 weeks. So you see how I'm doing this? I'm going to see if I feel like I'm missing a suit. Cover Cups. For me, for timing, Cups represents the timing of days. The season is summer. 9 of Cups would be almost towards the end of summer, or the timing of upwards of 9 days going forward or going backward. Wands, weeks. Season is spring. Ace of Wands would be early spring, or the timing of 1 week. The Moon. The Moon. And basically what we're taking is the astrological associations and applying that to the tarot. And so the Moon would represent Pisces season, right? Roughly February 21st to March 20th. The Tower, representing for me March 21st to April 20th. Something happening here, cataclysmic, upheaval, moving, bankruptcy, changing majors, dropping out of college, new job, let go, new job. So that's how I do it. And here's the Hermit, Virgo season for me. So that's how I work with Scorpio season with the Death card. That's how I work with timing with the tarot, and it never fails me. I'm recording this during the Lovers time period of May 21st to June 20th. Here's the Sun. And I prefer to use tarot as a good baseline for a general timeline. If I need to get more detailed down to hours or days, I use another method. But this has never failed me in terms of using it for timing. All right, let's move on to my next tool I use. I made these several years ago now, and I love them. I got these made, these dice, and they work for me as well. And I have 2 dice that have numbers on them. And I will link in the description box different videos that I've recorded over the years discussing my divinatory dice is what I call them. They have different numbers on them. They even have a blank one. And it goes 1 through, I think, 5. Yes. Same thing for this numbered one. You got 1, right? Because this is a blank that showed up. And will this, when will he call me? We got 1. Will he call me? Let's first ask, will he call me? Not now. I have not now. To be determined. No. Maybe. Definitely. And yes, I believe. Yes. Yes. Will he call me? To be determined. So it's in flux right now. He's, he doesn't know exactly when he's going to call you, but if he does, it's looking like it's going to be 1 day. Okay. Then I have my timing. So I don't always use this one. I just sometimes use the number ones and then this little die right here. But sometimes if I'm like, okay, when will the situation resolve? We got 1, a season, 1 season. So we're getting ready to go from spring to summer, or it could be summer to autumn, a season. On this die, I have days, weeks, years, seasons, not a season, months. I should have thought about making hours. But I didn't, when I made these dice way back in the day, a few years ago, I wasn't thinking about that. Now I would probably add hours or something like that. But that's okay. This works fine for me because I could just be like, okay, just use these, my little numbered ones. So yeah. So that's what I use with my divinatory dice. I use these for a variety of reasons. Yes, no, answers. When my mystery mystic readings, I might throw these down outside of the reading since I'm just doing typically card readings for those, and ask when something major is going to develop or what have you. And I throw these. We've got years as well. So yeah, that's my divinatory dice, and I love them. I use them often for also ancestral work and client readings and my mystery mystic readings. Let's talk oracle decks now. I have oracle decks. One that I bought a couple of months ago now is the Wind deck, and I really love this. It's super inexpensive, found it on Etsy, and I bought it in conjunction with this deck, the When and Should I deck, and I've been using it like crazy with client readings and with great success. Okay, so I'll link in the description box the links to the Etsy shop where you can buy these decks. Awesome price, awesome seller, and I am impressed. Let me show you what I mean. So I don't know the number of cards off the top of my head, but like I said, I'll link in the description box so you can see. So we got August, we got months cards, we got in the coming months, in the coming years, time to let go, you will have to wait a little longer, not likely, next week, within the next 6 months, in the near future, in the coming weeks, trust in divine timing, love this one, within the next 9 months, within the next 3 months. And there's multiple next week cards in this deck. We have September, this week. So when will he call me? This week. Slow movement. When will I hear from that job that I just interviewed for? Slow movement. They got a lot of bureaucratic hoops and things you got to jump through. It's going to be slow movement. Now is not the right timing. It takes time. It takes steps to speed it up. Try again a little later. April, January, July. Okay. You will hear news soon. I like this one. You are not meant to know this month, sooner than expected. In the distant future, there have been delays. So next month, there's a couple of next months. Allow the process. You are not prepared. It's not too late to make changes. Stop trying to control the timing. That's an important one. Rapid movement. Very soon. I got that one the other night for a client reading. Very soon. In October. So I use this deck, and I've been using it a lot, and I'll show you what I've been using it with in conjunction with. This one I'm just going to show you. It says, don't be ridiculous. Don't waste your time. So should you do this? Should I not do this? This is a great one to, if you're on the hotlines like I am, or with private client readings like I get through my website or through my Etsy shop, or in person here in the island, I will bust this out. Okay. Should I? Don't let fear stop you. The resources are coming. So I sometimes just need black and white answers. I don't need a fancy picture. I don't need all this or that or, a guidebook. I just need point blank period information. Should I? So I bought these two together. I think I spent, for the decks themselves without shipping, 10 and 10, like $20 for these. It's so good. So good. But what I do is I use this deck in conjunction with the one that I just recently made. And I will link in the description box where you can purchase it. I make playing cards. So I made me a little tool, an extra little timing deck, which I've been using like crazy as well for client readings and readings for my Mystery Mystic series. This time Oracle is what I call it. And I will also link a flip through so you can see it. A lifetime. I go there. I I don't shy away from doing long, extended readings on timing, like decades, lifetime, next lifetime, Monday, Taco Tuesdays. Clearly, I'm a Californian. Divine timing. Not anytime soon. 2 to 3 months. Midnight. So I get a little bit more dialed in terms of timing than this one does. And using it in conjunction with these two decks, I get a really good forecast on what may manifest and when. Decades, like I mentioned before. We got evening. 3 to 5 years. First quarter moon. I've been loving that I put all, like, many of the moon phases. And then what I do for clients is if this one of these moon phase cards come up, then what I do is I will do a little extra step of Googling when that moon phase is and help them with the timing of it. And they've been loving it. Or I ask them to do it. Like, check out when your next first quarter moon is. And that's something of significance is happening during that time period. Spirit says, not now. Not now. 1 month. 4 to 5 weeks, November, midday, like I have midnight, within 6 months, within a week, 9 to 12 weeks, and I've got seasons as well, summer. So I will showcase a full flip through. So that way you can see all these cards here in case you are considering buying a timing deck. There are tons of timing decks available, but what I found that they weren't quite to my liking in terms of aesthetics, and so I made a deck that was to my aesthetics. That's what I do. When I'm finding that I need something specific for my reading practice, and it's not what I can purchase out there, and I'm like, it's not quite what I'm looking for, I make my own through Make Plain Cards. And then people then see me working with them on the channel, and they're like, can I buy one? And I'm like, oh, sure, I'll make it available for you to purchase on Make Plain Cards. Why not? Waxing Crescent Moon. Love the moon phase ones. We got Waxing Gibbous. And got Fall, Autumn. Lost Track of Time. Today. That's a good one. Any day now. And don't wait. Move on. So I have my own little timing oracle that I make and I work with in conjunction with this one or with my intuition or with tarot, and then just kind of like gauge what are the themes coming up with in terms of timing. That's what I do. And I've just been having a lot of fun with it. And you know what? If you would like to join me on Poised to Leap, that is my membership, my low cost membership where you can work with me live, one-on-one, or within a small group setting where we are learning and growing in tarot, where we're learning how to utilize the tools, how to build upon our intuition, how to grow a spiritual-based business. Or if maybe you want to get on the hotlines, I'm able to help with that as well. Or maybe you want to build a spiritual type of content on your channel or in your on your other social media platforms. I will link in the description box ways that you can work with me. Maybe you want to work with me one-on-one. I will have options for you as well, low cost, and where you can exclusively work with me to be mentored on how to read the cards. So check that out. I don't usually do a lot of self-promotion, but a few of my members are like, you need to let people know about it. I keep a small number of folks that I mentor and we work with together in a group because I don't want to overwhelm myself. I want to make sure that I'm able to give the best of myself to those who work with me. And I also want to keep the prices low. And I could charge more, but I choose not to. So check it out, folks. Timing. That's what we talked about today. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I want to hear from you. What do you think about timing in tarot readings, oracle readings? How do you best work with timing as a reader? As someone who gets readings, what do you think about timing or something? Is that something you really seek out when you're getting readings? Or you're like, I don't need to know so much about that. let's talk about it in the comment section down below. And let me know if there's other types of content that you'd like me to explore on the channel. Do me a favor, on your way out, please hit the like button. It really helps me, helps my channel, and helps to get the message out to those who may need to hear it. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And also, if you haven't done so, subscribe. I will have more content coming your way. And I'm so happy that you joined me today. Much love. So many blessings to each and every one of you. See you all around. Bye for now.